Hey crew, for a while now I've been speaking about mindfulness as it affects you as a common, everyday occurrence. It's mindfulness in your actions, it's mindfulness in your ways, it's mindfulness in your thinking. My purpose today is just to encourage anyone who's been working through the Wim Hof method or even knows the oxygen advantage method. Keep going. It's great. Really appreciate it. If you think you have to change and look at your diet, go for it. Like, we're never dogmatic in anyone we counsel on understanding a vegan, because we all speak to it as a vegan lifestyle. There's more to a lifestyle than just the nutrition, as I am pointing out here. My mindfulness, my exercise, and my nutritional components make up my lifestyle. So that's what I want to do. I want to encourage you to have a practice in your life, recognize the difference of being mindful and having mindfulness, i.e. focus, and recognizing when you're focusing just out of being there as a mindful person. I've also done quite a lot of things lately just with breathing, and the Wim Hof method and the oxygen advantage method is how I'm going forward with putting together my mindfulness practice, my lifestyle aspects of my vegan lifestyle, which, by the way, I've been doing now for the better part of a decade. What we're looking at when we explain to people the vegan lifestyle, right, is that it's a consequence of awareness, mindfulness. You can become mindful and both conscious, whereas you become mindful almost in an unconscious way. You're mindful, you just got to get through something, so you're focused. That's a different way to being mindful and recognizing your act of mindfulness. I hope you understood that. It was a bit of a mouthful, but and that's an extract from a mentor of mine, Dr. Bruno Cayoun. That's who I studied my mindfulness with, and his institute is a wonderful source of understanding the Vipassana Buddhist method of mindfulness. So what we're doing here today is just going through this portion of mindfulness that I see as an adjunct, a very important adjunct to a healthy nutritional diet. Now, as a vegan, my principles are that I do not have animal products. Yes, it is for that nutritional component, but it's also about love and kindness. I don't see how I could give out love and kindness while still eating animals, but that's my take on it. Whereas in life, you're led to do things that take you away from being mindful, okay, even though you're focused. We focus our lives based around the next thing ahead of us, getting your next paycheck, paying the bills, being good to your family. That's when you do this without consciousness. Okay, so bring mindfulness into that everyday scenario, and that's what the concept of mindfulness is that I'm speaking to here. way that allows craving, aversion, or identification with the experience to proliferate is clearly not mindfulness. It may be paying attention to the present moment, but not in a way that frees one from emotional suffering. This is not to say that paying simple attention to what we do, think, or feel is not useful. On the contrary, it is a good vehicle for mindfulness and might be relaxing as we distract our mind from adverse experiences. However, whereas attention is the mental effort component of mindfulness, and awareness, the recognition aspect of mindfulness, both lack what is conducive to wisdom. They lack objectivity and detachment. Mindfulness requires a selfless observation of phenomena that is free from value-based evaluation, and is accompanied by equanimity, which is sometimes equated with acceptance, but is more precisely an even-minded mental state or dispositional tendency towards all experiences or objects, regardless of their effective valence, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral, or source. An equanimous mind is unperturbed by the experience perceives. In contrast, we can be aware in the present moment while being emotionally reactive, which is markedly different than a mindful mental state. Accordingly, it is inaccurate and misleading to use the term mindfulness to describe what is simply focused attention. The tick of the heart listens, but sometimes the beat of the head just gets in the way. With the breathing techniques, the Wim Hof method and the Oxygen Advantage method, which is Patrick Mckeown, he's a Buteyko practitioner. I really love all his stuff, eh? So just recently I managed to get past the 5-minute mark on breath hold. Breath hold is part of that Wim Hof method that dictates that you do a repetition of deep breathing, quick shallow breaths, deep breaths with shallow exhale, or what they call atmosphere exhale. Just and away you go. So the combination of that I've been doing with my breath holding, I'm getting a little bit back into serious training now for some things. My breath holding, my adherence to my lifestyle is something that I just could not be without. Each and every day that I go through my own life, it starts with the breathing method in the morning plus stretching. This flexibility is something we really need to keep in hand, especially as you get older. I'm my 60th year this year, and being that you're just with activities, old injuries, it plays to keep the body nice and supple. Guys, on this channel we go through lifestyle tips and hints. We try to keep our activity going. Growing old disgracefully is our little motto, and we actively live a lifestyle that says, hey, age is no barrier to living your dream or passion or to your health. Okay, so if you like this stuff, please just click the somewhere here there's a like button. Please get onto that for us, join up, and we'll look to see you in the next one. Thanks.